was born on a red dirt road, and I'm a fifth generation of cow to slant home. And I hear the words running through my head like a tide of brown pages of the book that he read.
What's up, y'all? Sean here from Teeing Up, Texas, and we're here just south of Fort Worth at beautiful Southern Oaks Golf Club in Burleson, Texas. Let's not waste any time and get right out on the course for a hole-by-hole breakdown with my good friend Richard Kearns.
Hey y'all, the three key factors of this golf course are: number 1, elevated greens can be very hard to hold. Number 2, wind will play a big factor on many of your shots. And number 3, the last 3 holes will make you consider selling your clubs on the way home. But here we go. Well, you can't really ask for a much better way to start the day off than with a short par 5. While it's tempting to try and cut off some of the right corner with your drive, aim a little farther left than you think, as most players will still be able to get to the green in 2. But be ready to find yourself with a tough chip if you don't find the putting surface. You're going to want to walk away with a par or birdie here, as Southern Oaks' teeth get a lot sharper as the round goes on. So number 2 is a slight dogleg left that just requires a well-placed 3-wood or hybrid to the widest part of the fairway. While it's tempting to hit a driver here, there's really no need, as you're only going to find yourself getting into more trouble. Anything left off the tee is long gone, so don't get greedy. The highly elevated green is very hard to hold, and as you'll see, is very easy to go over. So ignore the flag on this one and just find the putting surface. Number 3 is a straight ahead par 3, but it's the second hole in a row that the elevated green and placement of the bunkers makes for a very small landing area. Any shot that finds the front bunkers is going to make this hole a lot harder than it needs to be. Once you clear the chute of trees, hole 4 gives you a pretty wide open tee shot. Just make sure you stay out of the woods to the left, as there's plenty of room to bail out to the right, other than the lone fairway bunker. But swing away and have fun on this straight ahead par 4.
All right. Let's go today.
Number 5 is a slight right to left par 4. The fairway bunkers are definitely in play, but a good drive can clear the one on the left. There's something about this hole that just makes it pure Southern Oaks. Classic golf and a beautiful view. And if you think the view can't get any better, welcome to number 6. It's a long par 3 that usually requires one more club than you think. There's a lot more room to miss long than there is short, and the winding creek is definitely in play in the front and to the right of the green. But it's also what helps make this hole that much more beautiful. Hole 7 is a short par 4 that gives you options off the tee. You can take out your driver and be aggressive, or you can lay back with an iron or hybrid and still only have a short club in. But this green is very small and one of the hardest to hold at Southern Oaks. Lots of undulation and no room for error with your approach. But if you can manage to stick one close, this could be a great opportunity for a birdie. Number 8 places one of the longer holes on the front 9. You'll need a good drive that will still most likely leave you with a mid to long iron into the green. The better miss here is to the left off the tee and to the right on the approach. But take your par if you can get it and move on to number 9. You should practically be able to smell the birdie as you stare at this grip it and rip it par 5 off the tee. Number 9's fairway is one of the widest that you'll find on this golf course, and if the wind is right, many players can find themselves getting to the green in 2. A great bookend to the front 9 that should help keep you motivated. The tee shot on number 10 sets up the first of many daunting shots that you'll find on the back 9. The tightly tree-lined fairway and houses on the right can quickly come into play. But this hole plays pretty long, so you'll need the driver to find the fairway. It's all about the tee shot here. Hole 11 is another par 5 that gives you a nice wide landing area. But don't get too excited as this one plays a lot longer than the 2 on the front 9. So most likely you'll need to plan on this being a 3-shot hole. The most strategic part here is the second shot, where you'll need to decide whether or not to try and carry the fairway bunkers to get closer to the green. Number 12 is all about your yardage. Quite often the pin is positioned in a way that requires you to fly the front bunker and then stop the ball quickly. So unless you get lucky on a day that the pin is on the left, you'll want to pick a club that just clears the front bunker or play through the gap on the left. The tee shot on number 13 is fairly wide open. It's tempting to play the ball down the left side and try and cut off some yardage, but the better lies can certainly be found down the fairway on the right. This is another hole where the undulation on this small green can make for a very tricky approach and can turn a birdie into a bogey before you know it. When standing on the tee of number 14, it's tempting to try and take the ball over the bunker on the right, but that really doesn't cut off any yardage and can bring the houses and the sand into play, as you'll see from me in just a moment. So take your drive straight at the bunker on the left and find the fairway. This hole can play pretty long, depending on the wind, so just avoid the trouble and try and walk away with a par. Number 15 is a par 5 where what you see is what you get. But most importantly, this is your last real scoring opportunity on this golf course, so take advantage of it if you can. The fairway bunker on the left is certainly in play, but playing down the left side is what you'll need to do if you want to get home in 2. There's also plenty of room on the right, but it makes for a much longer approach into the green. Here we go. The last 3 holes of Southern Oaks will test every golfer's patience and ability. It starts with number 16, which is a long par 4, usually into the wind. The 150 stake is a good target off the tee. The approach shot will most likely require a long iron to carry the creek and then stop the ball on another signature Southern Oaks elevated green. As if that wasn't enough, it doesn't get any easier with number 17. This is a ridiculously long par 3 that will require you to shed your ego on the tee and most likely pull out a 3-wood or a hybrid. About the only positive here is that there is a nice opening in the front of the green that will help funnel the ball down to the right. So play to the left side of the green and hope for a good roll. Once you put your tissues away from the last 2 holes, grab your driver, get your composure, and do your best to finish strong. 18 plays straight into the wind and will make you work for every yard you can get. Take your driver down the left side to try and shave off a club or 2 on your approach, but regardless, still expect to have a long iron in your hands to get home. Once you get to the green, take a deep breath and look around at the beautiful views, and give yourself a big pat on the back for a great finish to a great golf course at Southern Oaks Golf Club.